All right, everyone, we're going to go through making a quiz and having a auto correction done. And this is something that was brought up yesterday in the in-service, and I didn't really know how to do it until last night when I had my class. So first thing we're going to do, let's just make sure we're in the right place. You know, here's my, this is my personal account, and it's what I'm going to use. And I'm going to go to Google Drive. All right. So, and these are things, tabs I've been working on, and, my dissertation, articles, an invoice I had to pay, my screencast for the class working articles, easy stuff. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Google Forms. And if you don't have Google Forms, go to the App Store and you can find it and add it. Go to Google Forms. All right. So this is what it's going to look like. We've got a few things first here that I want to go over with you guys. I'm going to put a little progress bar at the bottom, so when we're done, it will tell us how far we're, like if there's 10 questions, each question, the progress bar will move. Only allow one response per person. I'm not going to check that right now because I'm going to take the quiz a couple times and shuffle the questions order. Obviously, that's pretty self-explanatory. And you can publish a link here at the bottom, and you can allow responders to edit the responses after submitting. I'm not going to let them do that. No, let's not let them do that. Okay, so no problem here. So the first one is we are going to, let's change the theme. So you click on this, you can use a theme from another form that you made, and I'm not going to do that because I have always used the ones that Google provides me, and I'm going to find one that I think is respectable. Okay, I'll click on this one. So, no problem. Okay, that's going to be my first question. Change or edit your theme using Sarah. I don't want to change or edit my theme. I am going to edit my questions. So my first one is going to be quiz on the giver. Okay, and my first one is going to be form description. This is a quiz on chapters 1 and 2. Okay, my first question. I'm just going to make up some questions here. How old is Jonas? And the question is, pick one from below. All right, my multiple choice questions. I am going to give you a checkbox. So the first one is, he is 200. Next one, he is 10. Next one, he is 5. Oop. Next one, he is 5. My next one is going to be, he is 300. Okay, now I can also use this one, my option 5, add other. Okay, so we could put, like, if you want to, he is infinite. I don't know, whatever you want to put. You'll notice there's a little X's here. One of my question answers should not be option 5. Just click that, it's gone. Now, I'm going to make this a required question. They have to answer that. Now, let's say you want them to have to submit their name also. So here, let's do this. Let's add another question. We're going to duplicate this. We're going to put another question, though. We're going to put first name. You have to put in their first name. Now, they are going to have to put a text answer there. Okay, there's their answer. It's a required question. Done. I want to duplicate this question because I want their last name too. Last name. Okay, now, shouldn't have to do that. We're going to have to edit that question up there. Done. So let's edit this. Let's edit this one. You're not picking your name from below. Okay, now that's done. Here's the thing. Shouldn't we have the name up at the top? Yep. So what we can do, drag it above there. First name, last name. So you can see you can drag those around. Okay, now what I can do here, I can show you what the live form looks like. Does this look okay? We'll click on the live form. Well, all right. Now they have to enter their name. Okay, so there's ways that they can track it by their email too, but we're not going to do that right now. Okay, so let's get rid of that tab. Not a problem. Okay, so what we've got here, we've got our quiz. Now we can do a few things with it. We can send the form. When we hit that, it's going to ask us. We can send it to our students, or I'm going to send this to myself real quick. So I'm in my personal account, but I'm going to send it to my work account. So I'm going to hit send. Okay, But you'll notice if I hit send forms again, I can also put a link up there and share that link so they can take it. Okay, no problem. So we've already shared it, and again, I usually, you wouldn't want them to you would only want them to do one response, but I'm going to need multiple responses here because I'm going to show you how to grade this. So I think we feel pretty comfortable. You can see when you get a response, you're going to get something right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my email here, and I'm going to switch accounts. I've got a work account and I've got a personal account. So I'm going to go to my work account because that's where I sent it. All right, okay. I got a quiz on the giver. All right, now you can see one of two things here when you open this up. I can take it right here, or if I want to fill it out on my Google form so it looks all nice and pretty. All right, first name, John Suarez. Okay, how old is Jonas? Oh, he's clearly 5. Oh, all my questions are answered. Submit. Okay, now I'm going to submit another response. I'm only going to do this because I want to fill it out multiple times. So next time, my name is Nick Heiser, wise PE and social studies teacher here. So Nick thinks he is clearly 200 years old. All right, I'm going to submit that. So let's submit once more. And I am Darlene Hess, English language arts teacher in reading and scholastic bowl whiz. He's clearly 5. Okay, submit. All right, now I'm done. Okay, I feel like, okay, I'm done. I'm going to close that out. So the thing is, when I go back to my form, okay, oh, I got 3 responses. So I want to see the summary of my responses. Okay, here's who did it. 3 people. All right, tells you that. Now we've got some just generic responses. This didn't grade it for us. Okay, no problem. So what I'm going to do here, oops. I am going to go to the live form, and I'm going to fill out an answer key. First name is answer key. Okay, he's really 300. Okay, well, you know what? He's really 10. Okay, so I'm going to submit this. Okay, that's my answer key. You obviously have to know the answers. Not a problem. So when I go to my Google homepage, you can see there's a copy of my quiz, and here are the responses. So it opens up Google Sheets, which is very similar to Microsoft Office. So you can see I've got a few things here that I can do with this. First, I want to make sure I call this, I'm going to rename it to Giver Quiz. All right, and you know what? I'm going to change the color of this, and I want this to be blue. Okay, no problem. So, a few things. Timestamp, question, first name, last name. You'll notice there's the answer key. All right, so he's clearly 10 years old. You know what? I think we're gonna rearrange this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this one. I'm gonna place it right here. I'm gonna insert this. Okay, let's get rid of that row. Sorry for the delay. I'm going to copy this one, and I'm going to place this one here. Okay. So we can delete that. We can cut that. Okay, so my answer key is on the top. Now, I'm kind of a neat freak about this. What I want to do is when you highlight the top box, just like in Microsoft Excel, it highlights the whole cell. I want these to be centered so I can see them easily. Okay, timestamp. How old is Jonas? Here we go. Now, before in Google Drive, when you wanted to add something to it, and we're going to add a program called Flubaroo, which will grade the program for you, they were called scripts. So if you search for a video on YouTube and they tell you to add a script, they are actually asking you for an add-on. Now you notice I'm going to have to stop this, and I'm going to make 2 videos here. So I'm going to hit stop,